Hey Mart Heathens, J4D3 here, drawn Wonderwoman, and we're talking about sexual harassment. Because at one point I was a victim of sexual harassment. Not like you're thinking. Not like there was a sexy girl that was being, pushing me up against the wall and grabbing on me. This goes back to when I worked at the dive factory, deep skank, and there was a dude working there who I thought was my friend, and a girl working there who I thought was my friend, and they were actually secretly hooking up. And anyway, she made a bunch of scandalous accusations against me because she wanted to get her boyfriend, this guy I worked with, my job. And it's kind of fucked up because it kind of worked. So I got called into the big vice president's office and said, this girl's saying that I harassed her, which was kind of funny because they didn't give me any details. Well, what did she say I did? And she didn't say that I grabbed her or anything like that. But she did say that I was making inappropriate comments. Which was not true. I was pretty milquetoast and boring. So anyways, I went to the law library with my dad and we researched the case law in federal court. And, against the evidence that they said that I was doing. And I basically had to threaten my boss saying that this isn't true. And if you press it, I told him I would sue him in federal court. And that I spent the day with my legal counsel, because I took the day off, and researched all the case law. And I told him that basically if you press this, you're going to have a lawsuit on your hands and I'll win. Because the law was on my side. At least that's my interpretation of doing the research. But the guy did get my job. He became warehouse manager. And I guess in a way it's kind of one of those karma gets you in the end, because he also then started doing meth and OD'd on drugs and snuffed it out. So, good for him. Piece of shit. And the girl who was underage at the time that they were hooking up eventually joined the Air Force. But her accusations ruined my reputation to a point. And I didn't do anything. All because they saw an opportunity to screw me over and move the guy that she was fucking into a position of authority. He eventually did get fired from that place for actually sexually harassing another female worker that worked there. So it's kind of makes me think when you see all these people accusing these Hollywood moguls of being pieces of shit, that I don't necessarily just believe them. Which is kind of too bad, because I'm sure it happens all the time where these guys are using their power and their position to do some scandalous stuff. And that's horrible. But because of what happened to me, I can't take it on face value. I can't just say, oh yeah, Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit. Or Ben Affleck is a piece of shit. Because I've been on the other end of that when I've been innocent and been accused of this kind of stuff. So that's not to say that it doesn't happen, that women aren't targeted constantly. Men are, in a lot of cases, raging dick monsters. But I know it happens in the exact opposite. I know that they can use their femininity and perceived weakness to completely assassinate someone's character and career. or attempt to at least. If I was a lesser man and didn't stand up for myself and didn't know how to go research case law and know how to access the legal libraries of the courthouse, I probably would have been really fucked if I didn't have the fortitude and the mindset to fight, which I do. So I wasn't just going to bend over and take it from these fucking creeps. So anyways, that's why when I see these articles about how, this guy was an asshole to me and, grabbed my ass 26 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever it is, and I'm just bringing it up now, man, I have a hard time, I wouldn't say believing it, because I do. I know guys are fucking douchebags. But it's real hard, because if it happened 5 years ago, why didn't you do something about it 5 years ago? I think it's horrible to assassinate someone's character. Because I had it happen. But I'm only looking at this through my point of view also, right? Because I'm sure it's also horrible to just wanting to go to work and have a job and then having some scumbag come up and grab your butt. Or, use their position to say, sleep with me or you're not going to have a job. That's just vile. I wonder how many people would defend what this chick did to me. Which, in my opinion, was just absolute horrible. And defend her, but say, the Hollywood guys, these Weinsteins, they're obviously guilty. I don't know. I don't think it's a black and white situation like that. Anyways, my heathens, I'm gonna go. Hope you like this picture of Wonder Woman. Be good. Peace.